Good evening, I'm Dean Feller, inventor of the electric tarp defroster, coming to you from Rensselaer, Indiana. Well, winter's here, and it's here with a vengeance, and it's here really across a large portion of the country. We've got zero here in Indiana tonight as I speak, and it's only getting colder. So this podcast is primarily for investors and CEOs of Fortune 500 companies that would be interested in expanding their business line. If you are a manufacturing company and you're already in this industry, there would be a larger profit margin naturally if you have the facilities already opened up. But this does not just include semi-grain trailers. This includes all semi-trailers that are top loading, for starters, train cars, boats, airplanes, pickup trucks, cars for people that park outside in the winter that don't have a garage, but they would like to have the snow and ice removed off their vehicle. It can be powered by the vehicle itself, or it can be powered with a 12 volt, 110 volt converter, which plugs into an extension cord. It's an accessory that would come with, it's an optional accessory that would come with every tarp per the customer's request for the application that they're going to use it for. So basically, for people that don't have a garage or park outside and they don't want to use the vehicle's power, it's kind of the cat's meow for them. I'm going to show you how you can go with 50,000 units a year manufactured and sold at, we're going to call this an estimate. You may develop it cheaper or it may cost more. But I'm going to call it somewhere between $3,000 and $7,000. So I'm just going to call it $5,000 for easy figuring at retail price. So 50,000 units per year manufactured for a selling price of $5,000 retail. Wholesale is generally half of that, which is $2,500. That would equal $250 million per year gross annual revenue for this accessory, the electric tarp defroster, and possibly all its accessories that would come with it. There's apps on phones to control it. There are multi-functions on it that it can come on automatic or manual, with all the different sensors that are embedded in the tarp as to what temperature you want it to be programmed to come on and off at, and so on and so forth. But basically it's a rear window defroster that's embedded on the clean side of the tarp, on the bottom of the tarp when it's new, and a spray liner is put over the wiring mesh to protect it. Will end up being probably a 3M top of the line adhesive that's sprayed on. It does not add much weight at all to the tarp. The average semi tarp is 75 pounds for a 18 gauge tarp, 41 foot long by standard vehicle width. And just to give you a ballpark idea as far as the motor that's turning this on an electric function, the torqueability of it could probably stay near the same of what's already out there on the electric tarps as far as rolling electric tarps. But now this is a electric tarp defroster embedded in the tarp, and that's what it's all about. Okay, so back to the $2,500 wholesale price. 250 million gross annual revenue. Our standard licensing contract is 5 years. Yeah, and in 5 years, that will, at 50,000 units manufactured per year, will bring you in $1.25 billion just at that level. Now, if you care to grow with it and you'd like to scale this, if you want to 10x it and you start looking at not just the tarp applications on semi-trailers, but you include them on cars, pickups, boats, airplanes, train cars, okay, all top loaders. They're going to be a lot smaller tarps. They don't have to cover the entire, they only have area of the train car. They only have to cover the area where it loads at. Again, that application is going to be a manual tarp application, a manual tarp application for airplanes, pretty much everything except rolling tarps. So those are all of the possible vehicle applications that are, you know, the bulk of them, okay? So if you're going to 10x this, just at the 50,000 unit level, it's going to increase year after year, okay? I remember when we had to roll tarps by hand with a crank, and we'd get them up across and we'd pull them back across with a rope, and and now, you know, that's all done by electric, ran off of the vehicle, and, you know, with a remote, whatever. But when those came out, it took about 5 years for 85-90% of the people that were in that industry to want to go to the electric tarp. And this is the same thing. It's going to take you know, a few years for it to take off, but when it does, the people that are in that industry are really going to appreciate it. I sympathize with anybody that's out there in the cold weather and has to deal with the elements of the weather. It's pretty tough in a lot of parts of the country, especially in the northern half of the United States. So anyway, over a 5-year period, that would bring you in $1.25 billion at the 50,000 unit level. I think I said that. We're going to 10x it in 5 to 10 years to a 500,000 unit level. And then that figure of 1.25 billion would actually turn into 12.5 billion if you can reach that level. I'm looking for a company that wants to, the sky's the limit, have unlimited potential here to mass produce this thing at a high level. So you can keep in touch with me by watching my podcasts. You can call me at any time. I will tell you, we are developing a prototype at an engineering department at a major university. And just to show you that, yes, it does work. And yes, it can be manufactured. So that's the latest news that I can give you on the electric tarp defroster. We are waiting for the final utility patent, which comes from Washington, D.C., and that is being worked on as we speak. So we're laying the groundwork for whatever company would like to have the rights to this. And if you are a manufacturer of one specific industry, you're going to hold the rights to it for the entire industry, okay? All applications. And so that's pretty big potatoes when you start talking about the total units that could be manufactured out there. And it's going to be customized applications. So, you know, it's going to take a lot of square footage to do all the applications, but I'm just saying the potential is out there, and it solves a great problem. It removes snow and ice off of the top of a vehicle surface in the cold weather, and it's an added feature for durability and safety for the people that are out there in the elements. So anyway, thanks for listening to my podcast. I will keep you informed of any new developments, and if you would like to schedule a Zoom meeting or an in-person meeting, I'm generally about a week out from scheduling that at any time. But my phone number is 219-204-2726, or shoot me an email. It's all on the website, the email address, how to reach us, and we'll try and meet with you and get our negotiating team together and work out a deal for you and get this thing rolling. Thanks for listening, and I hope you continue to watch these podcasts as we have new developments every month. Thank you.